Hey guys, it's Heather. Thanks again for working on this project with me. So in this video I'm going to talk to you about how I see the first couple of weeks going of this project, and also the technical and how you would roll it out. So I called it I Got Your Back, Building Each Other's Background. So I wanted to keep this as simple as possible, and I had a lot of really great ideas, but I thought it might be a little confusing for us since this is our first go at it. So for this, I really thought about kind of what you normally would do with your class and how we could take that and fit the technology piece into it while adding the 3 schools collaborating. So let me go here. So kind of the gist of it, the goals of the first couple of weeks, the first week I said, or the first weeks of our Colorado Government Collaboration Project will be to get to know each other and to build the background knowledge for the students. So we've already created, or we're working on the introduction slides. I will put them together in their new groups and share them back. So that's kind of the first step to get to know each other, but we'll also figure out a day that we might be able to Skype or Google Hangout, maybe set up one per classroom with tech trainers, and then just have the kids come up to the camera and introduce themselves and say hi to each other. So that'll be kind of their get to know each other, but also within that we want to build their background knowledge and present the lessons to them. So with lessons 1 and 2, so I'm talking about the Colorado History Book, Chapter 9, Lesson 1 and Lesson 2. So the Colorado History Book, Chapter 9, Lesson 1 and Lesson 2, that focuses on our state's government and getting involved. So I assume, or I see it as, you would teach the lessons as you normally would. You'll follow your teacher's guide and kind of go through the lesson just as you normally would. But what I've done is I've taken those discussion questions at the end of each lesson and split them up into 2 separate docs for the week. So lesson 1 has 2 docs that I want the students to complete, and lesson 2 has 2 docs that I want the students to complete. Kind of like we've been doing already within your own classes, but instead it's something that I would provide, and I'll show you next here how to actually add that to it, just the same as you did the introduction slide. But anyway, my goal is that the students will read the pages that you assign them. They will follow the instructions, go to Google Classroom and create a new assignment. Actually, they will click on the assignment that you create with the pages that I've already supplied for you, and they will answer the questions as they normally would. Before they turn them in, they'll share them. But instead of sharing them with kids in their classroom, this time they'll share with the kids in their groups. So in order to get those email addresses, they can go back to those introduction slides, and it should be in the notes section of those slides. And so you can get the email addresses from there, share them with this other group members, and then those group members will make comments. And so while that's happening, they will go into their shared folder, and they will then also make comments on their other 2 group members. So they'll create the answer questions in the document, have 2 peer editors within their group, go make any changes that they want or suggestions, and then they will turn in the project. So that's kind of how I see days 1 through 3 looking, is them completing those, sharing them with each other, making corrections, and then turning them in. And then days 4 and 5, I thought would be really cool for them to teach each other. So my goal was to have them create a Google presentation. So what I'll do is I'll have one school, Johnson Elementary, create the presentations and then share them with the other schools. And we'll color code the slides, and they'll be all set up with a template that I'm going to provide. And I'll walk you through again. A video will be provided for all of this, but I thought it'd be really great then to assign each of the students a different section of the lesson, and it will be their responsibility to teach that lesson. So they will use Google presentations, they can use pictures from the book, they can videotape themselves, and they can also use voiceovers as well as a kind of presentation style, PowerPoint type of presentation style, and teach that portion of the lesson. Once all the students have completed it for that project, the students will preview the completed presentation, and then take any normal assessments that you might provide for them at the end of each lesson. So that's how I kind of see the first 2 weeks going. Is one week, week 1 will be lesson 1 that you'll focus on, and then week 2 will be lesson 2 that you'll focus on.